How the hell did I end up in here? I tell you what, though, you're a bunch of shady characters and you're still waiting for your time in the sun. You love it! Oh! It's John O'Clock, everybody! So I forgot to do it last week, so we're kicking off this week's episode of WTF Moments from WWE SmackDown with last week's John O'Clock moment for JBL still having a job last week. It's John O'Clock again! He's at the double. He's at the double. He's still employed this week too, therefore WTF. And if just to hammer home the point that he shouldn't have a job, have a look at this clip from live inside the O2 last night, which shows just how many people want JBL to keep his job without issue. The precise number of people that want to do that is 0. This week's SmackDown Live was called SmackDown Live despite the fact it was recorded and played at a later time in the evening, therefore misrepresentation, therefore WWE, I'm gonna sue your asses! No, I'm not. I can't be arsed. Lovely, 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 lovely. So last night on WWE SmackDown Live, Face Me Tom claimed that WWE had packed out the O2 in London for the second night in a row with 15,000 and whatever screaming marks in attendance. This came 24 hours after Michael Cole on WWE Raw claimed that WWE packed out the O2 in London with over 17,000 screaming marks. What's going on there? Surely if WWE are claiming that they've packed out the O2 for a second night in a row, that Tom is underselling things here, which is a scary thought when you consider that he said he would face the shit out of somebody. Allegedly. I don't know about you, but saying you'd face the shit out of somebody, allegedly, sounds very painful indeed. So if Tom's underselling that fact, that he would face the shit out of somebody, what's more severe than that? Cock murder? It's John O'Clock, motherfuckers! Again, John, you dick. If Jinder does what he did at Payback and allows the Singh brothers to attack Randy Orton in full sight of the referee, he will not be leaving Backlash with the WWE Championship. He will be disqualified. Please, John, no matter how many times you say something that's wrong, it doesn't mean that it'll eventually become correct. It'll always be wrong. Just like your bullying ways, you big dick. Rawr. I didn't take it, I didn't steal it, I took it. A direct quote there from Jinder Mahal, who admits to doing everything he just said he didn't do. The sign that read Corbin for PM, probably the most intelligent sign in the history of wrestling signs, with its double meaning and whatnot. What is that? And if you're waiting for an explanation for that sign to come because you're a typical wrestling fan who is thick AF and not in terms of girth, but in terms of mental capacity and power, it's not gonna come. Work it out for yourselves or ask somebody who cares, because I know what it means, but I don't care if you don't. Now, one thing I've realised in the last week is that Tamina is part of the welcoming committee on SmackDown Live, even though she was drafted over to SmackDown Live as part of the Superstar shake-up at the same time as Charlotte was the woman who the other women are welcoming to the party as part of the welcoming committee. How sad is this that WWE think that somebody on their roster is so inoffensive that if they give them a role that makes absolutely no sense, that sexual wank pheasants and world-class journalists, yes, you prick, you can tick those off. They won't pick up on that fact until, it just popped into their head one day and they thought, oh, bugger me, that's wrong, I should probably say it in videos. And in the face of this sad fact, and to make Tamina feel a little bit better about herself, because I'm a crowd pleaser.
A fire starter, a twisted fire starter.
I've put together this wonderful compilation of all her best moments within WWE just to show how great she is. Dick Tubbs, the footage, please. We're out of it now. Don't look at me. Five weeks to surpass Emelina's hype gimmick thing, which is undoubtedly the gimmick that Lana has been given here. 12. Come back next week for more of that bastard hashtag that I can't remember at all. Great content. Let's deal with the elephant in the room that can hoof. Tommy Samara sits for upwards of 7 hours in one night. Dolph Ziggler's line from last night's WWE SmackDown Live, where he said, this would be edited out of the show. Don't worry, you cat and sacks. Dolph made a huge WTF moment by claiming that the marks that follow the WWE cheer on Shinsuke Nakamura, despite the fact he's never had a match in WWE. Now all the marks in London, they all of a sudden turned into sexual wank pheasants and King Ross's and started chanting NXT directly at Dolph, pointing out the mistake that he had made. And because this SmackDown Live wasn't SmackDown Live, it was SmackDown recorded to be shown at a later time, Dolph said, don't worry lads, this'll be cut out, you won't get your moment in the sun, sing along with what you're meant to be singing. However, Kevin Dunn murked the piss out of Dolph Ziggler, made him look like a twat by not editing that little call and the chants from the marks out of the show at all. Obviously, all of us here at WhatCulture.com are over the moon that Dolph Ziggler ended up with bare egg blotted all over his face because of that line from whatever that network show is, where he besmirched WhatCulture.com for using the same image in 2 different articles. Now you're all wondering, what was Kevin doing? Why didn't he cut that out of the show? Well, I'm here to tell you why. Kevin Dunn read an article online that claimed that eating bogies is good for your teeth. And because Kevin Dunn has massive teeth which take a lot of taking care of, his mouth was full of bogies. His bogies, which stopped his teeth from clicking the keyboard to cut it out. What the hell's happened there? Ah! I killed him, man. I f***ing killed him. I killed him through a bastard table. Sticking with Dolph, and we have the moment where he claimed that he suffers for his art but doesn't go around calling himself the artiste. Shinsuke Nakamura does. Well, I'm here to tell you, Dolph, Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't go doing that. This is just a label WWE have slapped on Shinsuke Nakamura's arse because they are meddling f***ers who can't keep from putting their noses into gimmicks that are already established. They always have to put their own crappy little stamp on things, even when there's absolutely no need. Since WWE are sticking their noses into a gimmick that they don't need to touch at all, I should really bite those noses off, shouldn't I? Either way, Dolph should know how this animal works by now. Therefore, we can only deduce from this comment that he is indeed a massive mark. Whoa, 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 whoa! Now, the version of WWE SmackDown Live that I watched, the version that was shown on Sky Sports in the UK at 1 a.m, despite the fact SmackDown was taped at 7 p.m. the night before, had Kevin Owens listed as regaining his United States Championship last week against Chris Jericho, a thing that actually happened. Lovely, lovely, lovely. However, countless marks tweeted me last night claiming the version they saw listed Kevin Owens as beating Jericho at Backlash for that United States Championship. Now then, many things. First of all, it wasn't Backlash, it was Payback. Second of all, KO lost at Payback, he won it on SmackDown. Third of all, Kevin Dunn, who was probably responsible for this, has huge teeth. Teeth that can now be regrown with the use of drugs. That's real.
I'm free to do what I want.
any old time. I said I'm free to do what I want, any old time. I said love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free to do what I want, any old time.
John O'Clock! John O'Clock! John O'Clock!
And that's it for all your WTF moments from WWE SmackDown Live this week. I've been King Ross, you've been my lost subjects. You can follow this illustrious YouTube channel on the Twitter at WhatCulture WWE, I think. But more importantly, you can follow me at Ross on Wrestling. Tatty bye!